we're diving into a coin that you may just find in your pocket change. It's the 2014 Philadelphia Mint Mark quarter dollar. But here's the kicker: certain versions of this coin could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. That's right, some of these coins have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. So if you've got a 2014 P quarter, stay tuned, because you may be holding a hidden treasure. First, let's talk a bit about the history behind the 2014 P Mint Mark quarter. This quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started back in 2010 and wrapped up in 2021. The 2014 quarters featured 5 unique designs celebrating iconic locations across the United States. If you have a 2014 quarter, it could depict one of these amazing sights: Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, Arches National Park in Utah, Great Sand Dunes in Colorado, or Everglades National Park in Florida. These quarters were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which means you'll see a small P mark on the front side, just below "In God We Trust" on the obverse. Over 300 million quarters were minted at Philadelphia in 2014, so they're fairly common. But some have variations that make them a whole lot more valuable. Now, let's get into the part everyone's interested in: what makes some of these 2014 quarters worth much more than face value? The answer lies in error coins and specific varieties. Most quarters are just worth 25 cents, but some 2014 P quarters have errors that make them incredibly valuable. Let's look at a few examples. One of the most sought-after errors on these quarters is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. You can spot this on letters, numbers, or even Washington's face. And because these errors are rare, collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. Another type of error to look out for is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the striking process. If you've got a quarter where part of the design looks cut off or shifted to one side, you may have an off-center error coin. The more off-center the strike, the higher the potential value. So, how much can these error coins be worth? Well, it depends on the condition and rarity of the error. Regular 2014 P quarters in circulation are worth, well, 25 cents. However, error coins with prominent double die features or significant off-center strikes can sell for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars at auction. Believe it or not, there have been cases where pristine 2014 P error quarters in perfect uncirculated condition have fetched several thousands of dollars. So if you happen to find one, hold on to it and consider getting it professionally graded by a company like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade coin with a visible error could potentially bring in some serious cash. Now, you might be wondering how to find one of these valuable error coins. Here are some tips. Start by checking your pocket change or even going through quarter rolls from your bank. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details, especially around the lettering and the edge of the coin. Look closely for any doubling, misalignment, or other abnormalities. And remember, if you think you've found a valuable error, protect it. Avoid handling it too much, as fingerprints and oils can affect the value. Store it in a protective holder to keep it in good condition until you can have it graded or evaluated. So there you have it. Your 2014 P Mint Mark quarter could be worth a whole lot more than just pocket change. Keep an eye out for those valuable errors, and who knows, you might just have a small fortune sitting in your coin jar. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to your channel name, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. We're diving into a modern coin that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike: the 2016 Philadelphia Mint, or P Mint Mark, quarter dollar. You may be holding on to a little treasure without even realizing it. Let's talk history, value, and some rare and exciting varieties that could make this coin worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The 2016 P quarter dollar is part of the America the Beautiful series, an exciting program launched by the U.S. Mint back in 2010. Each year, the Mint releases 5 different quarter designs representing unique national parks and historical sites across the United States. The 2016 lineup features quarters commemorating Shawnee National Forest, Cumberland Gap, Harper's Ferry, Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and Fort Moultrie. Each of these quarters tells a story, celebrating the natural beauty and historic landmarks across the nation. Now, while these quarters are modern and abundant, there are specific reasons some of them are incredibly valuable today. So what makes a 2016 P Mint Mark quarter worth so much money? While a standard 2016 P quarter is only worth its face value, some unique varieties and era coins have skyrocketed in value. Let's go over some examples and reasons these coins could be worth a fortune. There are a few types of eras and varieties that collectors are always on the lookout for. With the 2016 P quarters, these include double dies, which result from a misalignment during the striking process. You can often see doubling on the inscriptions or even on details in the design itself. Other rare varieties include off-center strikes, die cracks, and cut errors, which are extra metal blobs that appear when part of the die breaks off during production. These errors can make a 2016 P quarter incredibly unique, and therefore, extremely valuable to the right collector. These rare errors can push the value of a 2016 P quarter from a few $100s to thousands, and in extremely rare cases, even into the millions. While it's unusual, some particularly rare and well-preserved era coins can command eye-popping sums. Want to know if your quarter might be one of these valuable coins? Start by taking a close look at the coin under magnification. Check for any noticeable doubling on the inscriptions or designs. Look for signs of a die crack or unusual metal formations. These are telltale signs of a rare era coin. Another critical factor is the condition. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition will always be worth more, so if you come across a 2016 P quarter that looks like it just rolled off the mint, take extra care of it. Coins graded by third-party services like PCGS or NGC often fetch higher prices, especially if they're authenticated as era varieties. If you think you've got a valuable 2016 P quarter, getting it professionally appraised is the best next step. You can contact reputable coin dealers, or submit it to a grading service to confirm its authenticity and value. Online marketplaces like eBay, as well as numismatic auction sites like Heritage Auctions, are great places to sell your rare coins. Keep an eye on recent sales to see what similar coins have sold for. That can help you set a realistic price. And remember, finding the right collector could be your ticket to an impressive payout. So there you have it. The 2016 P Mint Mark quarter is more than just pocket change, it's a little piece of history, and potentially, a treasure. Make sure to check your change and keep an eye out for those rare errors that could make your quarter worth a small fortune. We're diving into a very special coin that could be hiding in your pocket change or coin collection. We're talking about the 2000 P Washington $quarter coin, a coin that could be worth more than you'd ever expect, possibly even millions of dollars. First, let's talk a little about the Washington Quarter series. The Washington $quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The obverse, or front, of the coin has featured Washington's iconic profile ever since, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American currency. However, in 1999, the U.S. Mint introduced a new era with the 50-state quarters program, and this gave collectors plenty of new varieties to look out for. Now, when we get to the year 2000, we have an interesting find, the 2000 P quarter, which was minted in Philadelphia and is one of the more unique coins due to its incredible rarity in high grades, plus some fascinating era coins. What makes the 2000 P Washington quarter so valuable? It all comes down to two things: condition and errors. First, there are some rare high-grade specimens of this coin that can be worth thousands, and even up to millions of dollars in pristine condition. Coins that score a grade of MS68 or higher are especially prized by collectors. In fact, only a handful of these quarters have ever been graded that high, and those are the ones that can reach seven figures in auction. Secondly, let's talk about errors. Error coins can be quite valuable, and the 2000 P quarter is no exception. There are certain coins with errors like off-center strikes, doubling, or even struck-through errors. These types of error coins are highly collectible and add a significant amount to the coin's value. Let's go over how you can identify the 2000p Washington quarter. First, flip the coin over and look for the date. 2000 should be clearly visible on the front. Right next to it, you'll see the mint mark P, indicating that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. If you've got that, you're already halfway there. Now, check the condition of the coin. To have any significant value, your quarter needs to be in near-perfect condition, meaning no scratches, wear, or tarnish. You might need to use a magnifying glass to spot any signs of doubling or other minting errors. If you find any, it could be worth having it professionally graded. So, what can a 2000p quarter in perfect condition actually sell for? Some 2000p quarters in high grades have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. And a truly exceptional error coin, especially one that's well preserved, could bring in a lot more. It's rare to come across a 2000p quarter valued in the millions, but it's not impossible. For example, an auction for a near-perfect specimen or a one-of-a-kind error could reach those astronomical amounts, especially if there's competition among collectors. If you think you have a 2000p quarter that's in pristine condition or has an error, it's a good idea to get it professionally appraised and graded. It could be worth a significant amount of money. Now, if you believe you have a 2000p quarter that's a potential treasure, here's what to do next. Getting your coin appraised by a reputable grading service is the best way to determine its true value. Services like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation can evaluate your coin's condition and grade, which will determine its market value. It's essential to handle your coin carefully to avoid any scratches or damage, so if you think you've got a valuable quarter, use gloves and keep it in a protective case until you can get it appraised. Who knew that a simple 2000p quarter dollar could be worth so much? Whether it's because of high-grade condition or unique errors, some of these coins could fetch a fortune at auction. So next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look. You might just have a hidden gem sitting in your collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins worth a fortune, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! We're diving into a fascinating piece of US currency, the 2000D Mint Mark quarter dollar coin. You won't believe how this coin has a history that's worth millions of dollars. First, let's talk about the history of this coin. The 2000D Mint Mark quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999. This program aimed to celebrate the states and encourage coin collecting among the public. The 2000D quarter specifically features the design of the state of Virginia, which showcases the state's history and its rich heritage. The reverse side features a depiction of the famous sailboat design, which represents Virginia's maritime culture. The design pays homage to the state's contributions to American history. The 2000D quarter has some interesting features. It's made of a copper-nickel alloy, weighing 5.67 grams and measuring 24.26 millimeters in diameter. The D Mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. But what makes this coin stand out in collectors' eyes? While many 2000D quarters are relatively common, certain varieties have emerged that are extremely rare and sought after. The most notable is the 2000D Wide A variety, which features a unique spacing in the lettering of quarter dollar. This small detail can significantly increase a coin's value. Coins in pristine condition, such as those graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch impressive prices at auction. Some collectors are willing to pay thousands, even millions, for a high-grade 2000D quarter with the Wide A variety. As of now, a regular 2000D quarter is worth about 25 cents, but if you manage to find a high-grade Wide A version, you could see values soaring into the thousands. In fact, some auctions have shown prices exceeding $1 million for pristine examples. This makes the 2000D quarter not just a collectible, but a valuable investment. We're talking about a coin that may look ordinary at first glance but could actually be worth a fortune, the 1999 D Mint Mark Washington quarter. We'll cover its history, what makes it special, and what to look for if you're hoping to find one in your collection that could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, let's jump right in. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the first ever 50-state quarters program, releasing 5 state-themed quarters each year from 1999 to 2008. This program was meant to celebrate each state and its unique heritage. In 1999, the Denver Mint, or D Mint Mark, produced quarters for the states of Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. These coins were a hit right from the start, with over 1 billion coins minted for each state. But here's the kicker: some of these quarters, specifically with the D Mint mark, have become incredibly valuable due to rare mint errors and their significance in the series. What makes certain 1999 D Mint mark quarters so valuable? Well, it's not just about the coin's age. Rare mint errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, and missing clad layers, can make these quarters highly sought after by collectors. One of the most valuable types of error found on these 1999 quarters is the missing clad layer. This is when the outer nickel layer of the coin is missing, revealing the copper core underneath. Quarters with this error can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. And if the error is especially prominent and rare, that value skyrockets even more. So, how much are these coins really worth? In most cases, a typical 1999 D Mint mark quarter without any errors is worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if you have a quarter with a rare error, the value could jump to a few hundred or even several $1,000s. Recently, some of these quarters have been discovered in excellent condition with rare errors, which is why a few examples have reached astonishing prices. For instance, a highly graded 1999 D Mint mark quarter with a missing clad layer sold for over $10,000 at auction. And if you have one that's nearly perfect with a unique error, it could fetch even more. Look at the edges of the coin for signs of missing clad layers or unusual wear. Pay close attention to any doubling on the text or details of the design. Coins in the best condition, graded by reputable companies like PCGS or NGC, have the highest value potential. Remember, these errors aren't always obvious at first glance, so take your time to inspect your quarters carefully. Once you've checked your 1999 D quarter and found what you think might be a valuable coin, it's time to get it graded. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate the coin and give it a grade, which can significantly boost its market value. Once graded, you can either hold on to it as an investment or sell it at an auction or to a collector. Coins like these have sold on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and other major numismatic marketplaces. And that's a wrap! The 1999 D Mint mark quarter might just be a hidden gem in your pocket change. So check your quarters carefully. Who knows, you might be holding onto a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and leave a comment if you've got a unique coin story of your own to share. We're diving into a special Washington quarter that could potentially be worth millions. The 1995 P Mint mark quarter dollar. You heard that right, millions! Stay tuned to learn why this coin is so valuable, and what unique features to look for in your own collection. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, originally introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design has evolved over time, but the quarter's historical significance remains strong. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters across its Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco branches. The Philadelphia Mint, signified by the P Mint mark, released a significant portion of these quarters, but not all are created equal. Now, let's talk about the specifics of the 1995 P Washington quarter. At first glance, this quarter looks just like any other, with Washington's profile on the obverse and the American eagle on the reverse. But there's something unique that sets some of these quarters apart, and that's what has collectors buzzing. For example, rare error varieties, like double die errors, can increase a coin's value tremendously. In the 1995 P quarter, look for doubling on words like Liberty or In God We Trust. Another key area is the mint mark. Any unusual features here could make your coin much more valuable. Now you might be wondering, why would a 1995 quarter be worth millions? Well, rarity and collector demand can drive prices sky high, especially if a coin has an error or is in near-perfect condition. High-grade coins graded by companies like PCGS or NGC have sold for impressive amounts at auctions. There have been reports of rare 1995 P quarters going for incredible prices at auction, due to the high interest among collectors. If your 1995 quarter is in mint condition, or if it has a unique error, you could be holding a valuable treasure in your hands. So, what's the next step? If you think you've found a valuable 1995 P quarter, get it professionally graded to determine its condition. The top grading agencies, like PCGS and NGC, can certify your coin and help you understand its true market value. Who knows, you might have a piece that could go for a life-changing amount. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always exciting to learn what treasures might be hiding in your pocket change. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video on valuable coins and hidden treasures. We're talking about a Washington quarter that you might just have lying around. This 1995 D Mint Mark quarter could be worth far more than its face value, and some of these coins are selling for millions of dollars. So let's uncover the history of this coin, what makes it so valuable, and how you can identify if your quarter is one of the rare ones. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, commemorating the 200th birthday of George Washington. But what about the 1995 D quarter specifically? In 1995, the U.S. Mint in Denver produced millions of these coins. However, not all quarters were created equally. While most of these coins carry a standard value, a select few have become extremely valuable due to unique features or mint errors. You might wonder, what makes a 1995 D quarter worth millions? Generally, it boils down to a few key factors: rarity, condition, and of course, unique mint errors. For the 1995 D quarter, collectors and experts have reported some rare errors that make these coins incredibly desirable. For example, some have doubling on the obverse side. This is called a double die error. Other 1995 D quarters are highly valuable due to being in perfect mint state. Coins in grades like MS67 or MS68, certified by top grading companies, can bring in big bucks. So, how can you tell if your 1995 D quarter is worth a fortune? Here are a few things to look for. Check for the mint mark. The D Mint mark indicates it was made at the Denver Mint, which we're focusing on today. Look for any signs of a double die. Focus on Washington's face and the date. If you see any doubled or overlapping lines, this could indicate an error. Examine the condition. A high-grade coin with minimal scratches or wear is far more valuable. If your coin looks pristine, it might be worth getting it graded by a professional service. If you find a 1995 D quarter with these characteristics, it could be worth getting an expert opinion. Sometimes, an investment in grading can lead to massive payoffs. Some of you might be wondering, have any of these coins really sold for millions? Well, yes. High-grade, error-free coins have achieved record-breaking sales, with some going for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Imagine finding a quarter worth that much in your change jar. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. If you have a 1995 D Washington quarter, it might be worth taking a second look. As with any rare coin, a combination of luck, knowledge, and attention to detail can lead to discovering a valuable piece of history. Remember to subscribe for more tips on coin collecting and rare coins worth big bucks. Who knows? The next big find could be in your pocket. We're exploring a 1991 Washington quarter that might just be worth millions of dollars. That's right, you won't believe what makes this coin so valuable. So stay tuned. The 1991 Washington quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark just above the year on the obverse. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, continuing the Washington quarter series, which had started back in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. This quarter design has become one of the most iconic in U.S. history, featuring John Flanagan depiction of George Washington on the obverse and a majestic eagle on the reverse. Now you're probably wondering, what makes the 1991 P quarter so special? This coin was minted in huge quantities, with over 570 million coins produced in Philadelphia alone. While it's not rare in terms of mintage, certain coins from this year have become extremely valuable due to errors, high-grade examples, and even a few fascinating stories that make them highly sought after by collectors. Some 1991 P quarters are known for intriguing errors that make them rare finds. For example, some quarters from this year have been found with double dies or off-center strikes. These minting errors were accidental but add significant value. Coins with errors like these have fetched thousands at auction. Cut to auction footage or photos of a high-value coin auction. Narrator. Quarters in flawless condition, known as MS65 or higher, have also sold for high prices. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins in mint condition, especially if they're one of a kind or part of a unique era series. So, could a 1991 P Washington quarter actually be worth millions? While it's rare, there have been cases of specific coin varieties selling for incredible prices due to their historical significance, minting errors, and overall demand from collectors. The most valuable coins usually feature a combination of unique attributes, such as a rare error, pristine condition, or an interesting backstory. It's always best to get your coin authenticated by a professional grading service, like the PCGS or NGC, to ensure you have an accurate evaluation. If you have a 1991 P Washington quarter, there are a few things you should check for. First, look at the condition of the coin. Does it have minimal wear and tear? Next, carefully examine the coin for any unusual characteristics, like doubled letters or numbers, which could indicate a double die error. And of course, if you spot anything unusual, consider having the coin professionally graded to determine its true value. So, there you have it. While not every 1991 P quarter is worth millions, some rare and error varieties have fetched impressive sums at auction. If you have one in your collection, give it a closer look. You could be holding a small fortune. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1965 Washington quarter, a coin that holds a unique place in American history. And believe it or not, some versions could be worth a fortune. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. The year was 1965, and big changes were happening in the United States. Up until 1964, quarters were made from 90% silver. But in 1965, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a copper-nickel composition due to rising silver prices. This decision marked the end of silver quarters as we know them and started the modern era of clad quarters. This coin holds special value, not just because of its place in history but also because it was one of the very first copper-nickel quarters to be produced. The Mint produced a staggering 1.8 billion of these coins, and none of them have a mint mark. So, if you look closely and can't find one, don't worry, that's completely normal for this year. So, if millions of these coins were produced, why are some worth thousands or even millions of dollars? Great question. Let's talk about a specific type of 1965 quarter known as the silver transitional error. Due to a minting error, some quarters from 1965 were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets intended for 1964 quarters. These silver transitional error coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. In fact, a high-grade example of this error can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 1965 silver quarters? Here's what to look for. First, check the coin's edge. Normal 1965 quarters will have a copper-colored edge because of their copper-nickel composition. But if you don't see that copper stripe, you might have something special. A silver 1965 quarter will have a solid silver edge. Also, you can weigh your coin. Silver quarters weigh around 6.25 grams, while copper-nickel quarters are slightly lighter, at around 5.67 grams. If you're lucky enough to own one of these transitional error quarters, you could be looking at a huge payday. In recent years, these coins have sold at auction for $7,000, $10,000, or even more, depending on their condition. In fact, there have been reports of these coins reaching prices of up to $20,000 or higher. So, if you come across a silver 1965 quarter, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Well, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter, and how one simple minting error could make you rich. Remember, it's always worth checking your pocket change, because you never know what hidden treasures you might find. We're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. Did you know that some of these coins are worth millions of dollars? Stick around, and I'll tell you exactly why. First, let's take a closer look at the 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. This coin features a beautiful depiction of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. Minted in Philadelphia, it lacks a mint mark, which is a crucial detail that collectors look for. 1964 was a significant year in U.S. coinage, as it marked the last year of the pre-1965 composition, which contained 75% copper and 25% nickel. From 1965 onward, the composition changed due to silver shortages. Now, let's talk about rarity and value. While millions of 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels were produced, not all of them are created equal. The value of these coins can vary significantly based on their condition. For example, a typical circulated coin might fetch only a few cents. However, uncirculated coins or those in exceptional condition can command prices from hundreds to thousands of dollars. In fact, at auctions, pristine examples of this coin have sold for over $5,000. But wait, it gets even better. Some unique errors or varieties have been known to reach upwards of $10,000 or more. These coins are considered rare finds and are highly sought after by collectors. Check for wear and tear. The less wear, the higher the value. Look for a nice, shiny finish without scratches or dings. Some 1964 nickels have errors, such as double die strikes or misaligned dies. These can significantly increase the value. Consider getting your coin graded by a professional. Coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) can fetch much higher prices. Wondering where to sell your 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel? Here are a few options. Always a good starting point. They can provide you with a quick evaluation and offer. Websites like eBay are great platforms to reach a broader audience. Just make sure to do your research and set a fair price. Attending local or national coin shows can connect you with serious buyers and collectors who appreciate the value of rare coins. So, there you have it. The 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is not just a piece of change, it's a potential gold mine for collectors and treasure hunters alike. If you think you might have one of these valuable coins, take a closer look. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips and history. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2019 P Mint mark $quarter coin. Did you know that some coins from this year are worth thousands or even millions of dollars? Stick around to find out why these quarters could make you rich. The 2019 P $quarter coin is part of the America the Beautiful series, which started back in 2010. Each year, this series showcases different national parks, historic sites, and beautiful landscapes across the United States. In 2019, the U.S. Mint released 5 unique designs for quarters, representing sites like the Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands, War in the Pacific National Historical Park in Guam, San Antonio Missions National Historical Park in Texas, and the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho. These coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why they carry the P Mint mark. Each of these 2019 quarters has a stunning design, but they're not just about looks. Collectors are interested in these coins for their historical value and for the potential of rare errors that can dramatically increase their worth. These errors make some versions of the 2019 P quarters highly sought after, and could make you a fortune if you happen to find one. So, what makes a 2019 P quarter worth millions? It's all about the errors and variations. Some rare errors include double die errors, off-center strikes, and even some coins that have planchet issues, which means they were struck on metal blanks with defects. These errors can cause a huge jump in value because they are so rare. Even small imperfections like these can make collectors willing to pay big bucks. Believe it or not, some 2019 P quarters have fetched impressive sums at auctions. While most of these quarters are worth just face value, a few pristine, error-ridden, or unique coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and collectors speculate that someday, a perfect or particularly rare one could go for even more. That's why people are always on the lookout. Wondering how to identify a valuable 2019 P quarter? First, check for the P mint mark on the front of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's portrait. Then, take a closer look for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or unusual surface textures. A magnifying glass can help you spot these details more clearly. And if you think you've found a special one, consider having it professionally graded. Now, remember, finding $1 million coin is like winning the lottery, but it's not impossible. Always keep an eye out for unusual coins, and never overlook the change you get. Who knows, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history right in your pocket. And if you're interested in learning more about coin collecting or want to keep up with the latest trends, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be covering more rare coins and collectibles in future videos.